Ready to rock?
I feel like you're already in this bed in front of a camera today with Let's Close On.
Nope. That's
Thank God.
nope. Nope. Nobody's paying to see that.
Oh God.
That's for sure.
Oh God.
You okay?
Yeah, do the opening.
Hello and happy Friday, everybody. You are listening to the Red Chef Tuna Taco Show. We are 2/3 of your podcast host. I am Red Chef.
It's Sunday, jackass, and I'm Taco.
Taking a peek behind the curtain there, aren't you, Taco? Pay no attention to the man behind the curtain. And according to your shirt, you learned everything you know by watching Sesame Street. So makes sense.
Including the days of the week. Including the days of the week. You son of a bitch. Remember that shit. The days of the week were on there too. I saw that.
I remember over, under, and through.
I need that now. I gotta find that on YouTube so I can watch that after we get done. That was like the funniest.
You're gonna YouTube over, under, and through?
That shit was the funniest shit ever. When he gets winded.
Yeah, when he gets winded. Yeah, you're right. He's like over, under, and through. Oh, it's like Bart. It's like the Western style doors.
Yeah,
like saloon,
he gets
saloon
tired.
Doors. Yeah. Fucking puppet got winded.
Those are when Sesame Street was good.
Yeah. What is it now? It's on HBO, and it's just weird.
They do have some of the older ones,
like Big Bird in China. Remember that? That was a big deal.
Yeah, no, that's what I'm talking about. Remember, Grover wasn't always green. He was a different, not Grover, Oscar the Grouch. He was a different.
I was like, Grover's not green. He's blue.
No. And hell, I didn't even know Elmo was out back in our kid days. I didn't fucking know that.
Yeah. He wasn't a big time player.
Obviously, because I don't remember the fucker. I remember Grover over him.
Yeah.
I remember Grover. Who's the other one? Elmo. I don't remember that fuck face. And Cookie Monster, of course. The Count, of course. Mm-hmm. Oscar, of course.
Big Bird and
Bert and Ernie, of course. Yeah. There was
fucking hilarious.
What was his name? Telly. There was the pink one with the nose, and he squeezed it and it honk.
Oh, honks. Yeah.
Yeah, the honkers.
Gosh.
Honkers. Wow. Oh, they were teaching us titty names, and we didn't even know it.
Okay.
Honkers.
Oh, no, I got it. Thanks.
Honkers.
Oh, thanks for the visual, too. There it is.
You're welcome.
You guys can't see this, but he's... All right.
Honkers. You say honkers, and they hit themselves on the face too. Remember that? They're honk honk honk. Like,
oh, I got it.
Everyone couldn't figure out why kids were walking around slapping themselves in the face.
That wasn't why.
We saw it on Sesame Street. Maybe a couple times. And said it too.
Hey, this last week, I should say, was the Field of Dreams game. Did you catch that? The baseball game?
No, it was on Fox, and I do not pay for anything like that. So no.
Oh,
yeah, that's how. But I hear it ended in story fashion. The thing that really upsets me about this whole thing, and I'll let you talk if you want to talk first. I'll let you go. Go ahead, because I'm probably gonna fucking murder everything nice you're gonna say about it. So go ahead.
All right, let me throw out the good things about it real quick before you come and shit on it. How about that? All right.
I got a turn waiting for it. Go ahead.
Last week was the Field of Dreams game between White Sox and the Yankees, and they did it in Iowa, where they actually filmed the movie Field of Dreams. If you haven't seen it, awesome movie. Kevin Costner and James Earl Jones.
James Earl Jones.
Yeah.
Jeez, you make me cry.
Had to think about it for a second, all right? They had Kevin Costner throw out the first pitch, which I thought was cool. They had him on commentary for a little while, too. You guys can't see it, but he's just giving me like this look of like, really? Why? Yeah, no. It was cool to have Kevin Costner out there. They built the field for the game on the other side of the corn where they built the field for the movie, and it had the house and everything on it. So it had kids playing on it, people playing catch in the outfield and everything like that. And it kind of was like this big like walkthrough thing. So I think the stadium itself for the baseball game actually only fit like something like 8,000 people there. So it was very limited seating for a baseball game. The back wall was legit cornfield. Like it was a legit cornfield. And when they came out for the game, they all came out of the cornfield, which I thought was pretty fucking cool. It was awesome. So it was a cool thing. They were wearing throwback jerseys. If they used like the throwback mitts, that would have been cool, but that's super dangerous. So that's not gonna happen. Oh, I realize why you're not talking. You muted yourself so that you could hold off and then just at the end just drop trow and just shit on this. So I'll finish up and you can jump in there. You give me a thumbs up. Oh, this is him restraining himself. Okay, I get it. All right. I thought it was kind of cool just because of the whole aesthetic of it. It felt kind of fun, but I think they wasted it on just a random league game. If this was the All-Star game, that would have been kind of cool. Kind of hype it up a little bit, but they're like, no, because there's not a whole lot of seating and things like that. But honestly, for something like this, it's a special event. Not everybody's going to get to go to it, clearly. So keep the exclusivity of the event, but make it mean a little something more instead of just a random league game. Taco, go for it.
Okay, so here's my thing on this. Don't call it a Field of Dreams game if you're not going to play it on the actual field that the game was played on. You're going to play it on the field next to where the game was played. Like, because the kids were like, Dad, how are they going to play and there's no wall? Because we watched the movie. We actually watched the movie, and it was crazy. Anyway, so we watched the movie, and my son was like, how are they going to play there if there's no, like, fences or anything? Are they going to put all that up? And I was like, surely not, because that movie, like, that whole place is a film location, and that film is like fucking historic. That's like almost, Wizard of Oz historic now these days. It's got that much of a following, kind of like, I dare say Back to the Future, because it does have a following, but it's not as big as it's just a well-known baseball movie, we'll say that. But okay. I didn't, for them to call it the Field of Dreams game, I didn't agree with it. I was like, no, it's not Field of Dreams. It's it's next door to the Field of Dreams, but it's not the Field of Dreams. Like, yeah, it's played at the same filming location. So yeah, that's my shitter right there. And then my dangler that still has to plop. So when they panned out, having Kevin Costner there was cool. But when they panned out and you see everyone lined up in a line waiting to walk through the corn onto the field, kind of killed the majesty of it, the magic and everything. Because you're like, in the movie, you're led to believe where are these guys coming from? We don't know. Are they coming from some fantasy world where baseball exists 24/7 and it's every baseball fan's, fucking heaven? Like, because they even said, is this heaven? So does that mean where they're at, they don't even feel, like they're in heaven, so they don't even know.
The other part of that line is no, it's Iowa.
Yeah. Well, no, we're in a line waiting to get into. So anyway. So anyway, and then so like you built a new field. Great, wonderful. Next to the field where they filmed the movie. Yay, awesome. Like, that's like building a coffee house next to where they film Friends. And calling it Central, And so, like, I didn't like that they built a field
call it Perk Central.
Yeah, I didn't like that they built a field for the game. Like, play the game on the actual field. Obviously, anything hit on the ground rolls into the corn is a ground roll double. Anything into the corn is a home run. And just sell it as a pay-per-view event or something. Have people tune into it. You get more TV viewers.
Is going to work on that. Nobody's going to buy that game.
They buy MMA, so
that's different. How many people want to watch baseball? How many people have you? You and I would watch baseball.
Ankle break in the first round, really? Anyway, so
okay, all right. I'm just saying.
I'm just saying.
How many people have you ever heard say, "I'm so bored watching baseball, I don't want to watch it"?
That's why
You and I aren't that people.
That's why they've implemented all these dumbass rules, and people still don't watch it. Anyway, so yeah, so they built this new field, and every fan is going to come up with all these wonderful ideas that is great and wonderful. But guess what? Baseball's never going to listen to them, and they need to, because like these are all fucking money ideas. Like you can have Little League Series there, you can have softball series. You can have the Little League World Series finales there. You know what I mean? Like right next to the Field of Dreams. You can every year before the All-Star game have like a Legends game. Because I mean, come on, you tell me Pedro Martinez wouldn't like to pitch again, or you know what I mean? Like some of these old players that are just like coaches now and trying to sell shit, on TV, like marketing, tell them, on TV. Like Kurt Schilling like or something, Thomas. Trying to sell a video game. Yeah, Frank Thomas and shit like that.
Isn't he doing like some type of Viagra or something like that?
Yeah, trying to sell penis pills. Yeah, so I mean,
oh gosh,
that's what I'm saying.
Fallen.
Yeah, instead of like the Legends softball game there, you can have like a Legends baseball game, and that way our kids can still see some of these legends. Yeah, they're old, but
have Roger Clemens
still get around a little bit,
still.
Right? Mike Piazza batting. That's what I'm talking about. Have them walking in from the corn. Hell, by the time eventually Kevin Costner is going to be brought out in a wheelchair, or in a golf cart, like Ted Williams. We're still going to be using motors and shit then. So, no one's going to figure out fucking flying cars. So it's all good. But yeah, that's my
total system. Okay.
That's my total shit on that game. Right. And then, yeah. And then you said, more. No, yeah, there's more, so the classic uniforms, like the Yankees, that's not even a classic. That's their everyday uniform is how I felt.
The
White Sox was cool,
right.
But the go with someone else. Then go with someone with a different, go with the Dodgers. I'm sure back then they were the Giants, the New York Giants, or were they even a team? That's what I'm saying. Use one of the team. Were the Yankees a team back then? Use more of a classic team, not the Yankees, because I mean, think about it. Their retro jersey sucked. We see that shit all. That's their road jersey. Like that's straight up just their road jersey already.
Like, pinstripes, man.
It wasn't really anything different. I was like, bleh. The White Sox jerseys were cool because exactly they look just like the movie. But yeah, womp. I feel like they swung too early on this one. Because it was like so much talk about it, like they should do a game there, they should do a game there, they should do a game there. And they finally did a game there. Like they listened to every fan wanting a game there, but they kind of like, bent us over and hit us without lube, just fucked us hard. So it was kind of bad. I didn't like it.
All right. So that was your 2 cents.
Yeah, that was my nickel. I didn't like it. It was bullshit. I'd listen to a Yoko Ono record before watching it.
Speaking of Field of Dreams, you were saying, how come there are no Field of Dream Funko Pops?
See, senor, and see, this is another missed moment by MLB and Funko partnering up, saying, hey, or Universal and Funko saying, hey, what if we release Pops for this? You could have released The Farmer. You could have released, hold on.
Was that movie released by Universal?
Yeah. And Universal is a Back to the Future. So, I mean, Funko's already partnered with them. So, I mean, they, like I said, they missed an opportunity. They could have had John, the farmer. They could have had James Earl Jones' character, the author. They could have had Shoeless Joe. They could have had a movie moment with the field and then what's his name? Or you could even do just one pop alone and just have the farmer in the field, like with corn in the background, corn behind it. And then obviously keeping the pop in the box, you have the backdrop with the cornfield or like the farmhouse.
Like a moments where they're coming out of the corn.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that too. Like a picture of that. But like the actual pop is, how you got the Justice League with Batman.
Yeah.
And it's like if you take it out, it sets up. Yeah.
All right. Speaking of those kind of moments, pops and stuff like that, one that you have been wanting for a while, I actually saw out when I was at Stonebriar a few weeks back. The Rock and Stone Cold in the ring.
Ah, yes. Yeah.
So